decided it was a good idea to wander around the house. I never really explored as much as a child, so there was bound to be new surprises. Hopefully not bad ones. Well, come on, feet, let's go on an adventure. I stood and exited my room, hoping the boys were still asleep. I began to wander the halls on my end of the house, opening each door to find what room each door led to. Quickly, I found an old office. A desk and a chair sat by the far side as a large bookshelf of documents and memorabilia donned its nooks and crannies. There were a couple of pictures of me growing up, peeking from the shelves as I walked further into the room. I don't believe I've been in here before. I tried to recall my memories of ever seeing this room, coming up with nothing as a result. The room was new to me. Did I want to disturb the furniture? Yeah. I'm curious. I gently opened the shelves and any drawers I saw in the room, and a couple of them were books and even sewing kits. I assumed they were used for grandfather's toys, so I left them alone. One drawer, however, was locked, no matter how many times I pulled it. Girl, come on, open! Nothing. It would not budge. The drawer beside it, though, did reveal a laptop. Why is there a laptop in a drawer? I lifted it from the drawer and carried it over to the desk and chair. Opening it, it was a high-tech laptop with a retina scanner as a pass lock. I wasn't sure whether or not to try to unlock it or not. Try. I decided to try. I turned on the computer and leaned my face near the retina scanner, leaning the camera up with my eye. To my surprise, I heard a ping come from the computer before the screen opened to a desk. A desktop. Look at that. On the desktop was documents and folders labelled with different aspects of the Anderson Company. Taxes, profits, bylaws, projects, the list went on and on. If I really did want to become the CEO of the Anderson Toys Company, I had everything about it at my fingertips. Dad would sure be impressed. One icon, however, stood out from the rest. Forgo. I double-clicked the icon, but no window came up. Instead, I heard a large click come from the drawer that was locked. What the? I slowly left my seat and walked over to the drawer, attempting to open it. It slid open smoothly in direction of my pulling hand, revealing two books. One was a plain black journal with a tie to keep it closed. The other was bound in leather with cryptic symbols all over the cover. I took up the journal and skimmed through it, seeing my grandfather's notes. They were all detailed explanations and opinions on his findings of demon magic. He really did know about magic. Good Lord. I sat down at the desk and read through the journal. Further, finding drawings and sketches of symbols and magical circles, each with their own different meanings and effects. It was all fascinating. There was even a page of important spells to know. I read through them, trying to memorize them into my mind. I don't know what came over me, but I started to feel more energetic and more powerful simply reading my grandfather's notes. I was suddenly aware of the energy that surrounded my body and the power that was around the house. The more I read, the more powerful I became. However, my mind suddenly froze, and I found myself walking back to the drawer, putting the book back, and closing the drawer. The lock reset, and I snapped out of it. What? I shook my head and looked at the drawer. Realizing what I had done, I walked over to the desk to reopen the lock, but suddenly felt the need to stop. Something held me back and didn't want me to pry anymore that I already had. I was curious beyond belief, but I buried my thoughts for now. Eventually, I would come back and look into it. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers to try and sleep again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday, and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes, back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet I felt like I'd slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? I sighed, got changed into normal clothes, and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sunday was very boring. However, the muffled sound of battle caught my attention. I quickly went out to the backyard in response to the noise I heard. In the yard were all 5 of the boys practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle with the other 4 surrounding him and throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged each almost masterfully. I just watched. The boys were very much in their own world, focusing on training they were all were in. It was better not to disturb them. I took the time and decided to head inside to the kitchen. I was getting hungry and I'm sure the boys would need to eat soon, so lunch was a must. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked, and not mention a beautiful garden. Lunch was practically hard. It was particularly hard. I decided to make... what should we do? What should we do? Let's do some coconut sandwiches. Because why not? I assembled simple ham sandwiches for all of us. After I poured some potato chips on the side of each sandwich, I felt satisfied. Who said lunch had to be cooked? I placed the food in the dining room, however none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. I carried the dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating to different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go to one in particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focus on training. Oh, hell no. We're finding one of the incubi. You are not going to have this, Missy. We are finding one of the boys, and we are going to interact with them, whether you want to or not. I quickly rushed back, grabbed a second food dish before hunting down one of the boys. I looked down each hall, trying to find one of the incubi, wondering so that I wouldn't have to go through each individual room finding them. I pursed my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search for them in each room. I quickly turned and headed up the stairs. I began to walk down a hall and opened a round door, peeking inside. Lucky enough, I found Damien in the study. Damien was in grandfather's study, which I explored not long ago. Despite only being here for a short while, Damien looked like he knew this room like the back of his hand. Damien was gazing at the pictures and books on the shelf, almost looking lost in daze. It was almost adorable, but I could sense a small hint of sadness in his eyes. Damien?
Huh? Oh, hello.
Damien turned to me and gave a gentle smile, as if he was doing nothing, as I came in. I entered the room and closed the door behind me.
I was just looking at the books. They're very interesting topics.
Huh? I looked over at the shelf and skimmed over the spines of each book. They were all books about business and psychology, all ranging in thickness. Some crossed over and brought the two topics together, while others were strictly one or the other. Did my grandfather read and study all these? They seemed used, but they were covered by a small layer of dust.
Do humans really study this much?
Occasionally, it depends on why we're studying.
What do you mean?
Well, if we are interested in a topic like business, we learn what we can because we want to know more.
Are there things you can't study?
Well, yes. Well, there are some. I'm sorry, sweet, but there are some things you can't study. Nope, there are books of stuff about anything and everything.
Even the demon world?
Maybe, but usually those books are considered fictions or religion theory. It was almost cute to talk about learning with Damien. I guess learning was different in the demon world, but telling about learning was almost like telling a child the meaning of life. I felt myself become a little wiser as we continued talking.
Humans can learn anything? At any time?
Aw. We have libraries and bookstores full of books we can read.
Humans have the freedom to learn anything.
Aw, what's wrong? I looked at Damien in confusion. He seemed to look jealous. What about demons? Can't they learn what they want? Damien shook his head before looking down at his feet.
Demons don't have schools to learn from like humans do. Everything we learn comes from experience or verbal mentoring. Books are only permitted to be read by higher nobles.
That is weird. I stared wide-eyed. There were no schools in the Abyssal Plains? That seemed so unreal, yet in a way I wasn't that surprised.
The only ones who have ever touched a book are James and Eric, since they're the oldest. Sam and Matthew chose not to read.
Makes sense. What about you? Damien stood silent for a bit before sitting on the ground, leaning against the large desk in the room. I decided to follow along and sat beside him.
You brought food?
Oh yeah, I brought food here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Damien took his dish of food and began to politely eat. I followed suit. It was painfully obvious that he was dodging my question. Did I want to know? I was very curious. Okay, come on, sweetie. Come on. Come on. I was curious, so I had to ask. However, Damien looked to me, stopped me from opening my mouth.
Because I'm technically not a noble at all.
Wait, I'm confused. How is he not a noble if he's related to his brothers? I tilted my head and raised an eyebrow in confusion. Not a noble, but aren't you all brothers? If the others are noble, that would make you one. Damien looked to his dish with a sigh. I suddenly felt regret for asking and pushing the topic. Before I could apologize, Damien spoke.
We are all half-brothers. We only share the same father. Our mothers are all different. James, Eric, Sam, and Matthew all had noble mothers who are now queens. My mother was not a noble, and is not a queen.
I did not know that. That explains why he acts the way he does with each of them. Why he doesn't like some of them, but he likes some of the others. Wow. I could see sadness in Damon's eyes. I bit my lip. I shouldn't have pushed the issue. I'm sorry. Damien shook his head, snapping out of his thoughts, and smiled at me.
For what? You didn't know, and were curious. It was only appropriate to answer.
Still, it was rude of me to pry like that. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Damon only smiled lightly at me before continuing to eat. As yet, my mind began to wander to the abyssal plain. What was it like? What did it look like? Was there castle break? How many servants did they have? Why would you... Don't let your mind wander when you can read minds. My thoughts were halted by Damien chuckling. More likely at my thoughts, I turned red in embarrassment. Sorry.
You keep saying sorry when you don't need to. It's kind of cute.
I pursed my lip, but couldn't stop a blush running across my face. This was going nowhere. I went back to eating in brutality, earning another chuckle from Damien. God damn you, Damien. However, as a groan of pain escaped Damien's lips, I stopped and looked at him in surprise. Damien, are you okay?
Yeah. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm worried. I heard him gulp down and hide another groan, making me even more concerned than before. Damien?
It's just a headache. I get it when I run out of energy. I'll be fine.
No, you won't. You will not be fine. He was out of energy. I guess he didn't take enough when we first met, so it was just enough to heal his wounds.
None of us took more than we needed to heal.
Aww. From the sound of his voice, he was fighting bad major pain. I felt incredibly bad. Damien smiled very lightly at me.
I'll be fine.
No, I'm concerned. You're hurt. Why am I even given this option? It's clear he's in pain. He's in agony right now. She didn't even think of that, did she? She did not think that they were going to be in pain during all this.